Hi there, everyone. Today I thought, I want to talk about a Wednesday today, and as I said in the previous video to everyone, is that I want to continue to keep within the vein of the past lives and see how much information I can bring to everybody and how much I can share with everybody to help you to all understand a bit more about past lives, and that it's not this mystical subject, and it's actually very, very much a part of who we are. So I have this beautiful little book, really, really cool. It's called Echankar Ancient Wisdom for Today: How Past Lives, Dreams and Soul Travel Help You Find God. And I was given this book at an esoteric fair that I went to a good couple of years ago already, and I must say I've never actually read the entire thing, because that's what you do when you go to these things. You collect stuff and then you don't manage, or you don't find the time to get through everything. But anyway, Echankar is a sect, a religious sect, who very, very much have the same beliefs as I do as a spiritualist, and really as a lot of us have, irrespective of what our religion is. We all kind of have the same understanding that we have had past lives, that there's a reason for us being here, that we have to work through things, and that our ultimate goal is perfection, and that perfection is living with God in His kingdom in a perfect, happy, harmonious state, and not having to come back into an earthly existence, because by that time we will have learnt everything and achieved everything that we set out to do when we first incarnated. So I wanted to read just a little bit to you, because I thought that might also help in terms of bringing across some more understanding. And it says, heaven exists on other planes. When the physical body dies, soul continues to exist on the other planes of God. Soul may stay on these other planes for a day, 1,000 years or more. This is dependent on soul's mission, its karmic obligation, and its level of spiritual unfoldment. For many, this in-between time is heaven. The astral plane, for example, has sections which resemble all of the heavens described in the major religious traditions. You may find St. Peter and the pearly gates, or the happy hunting grounds, or even visit the place of Zeus or Jupiter. On the astral plane, you find what you expect, what you hope for, or what you fear. Reincarnation helps explain aspects of our personalities. Reincarnation provides an explanation for various elements of our personality. Why does a young child show great musical talent when his parents have none? The reason could be that these talents were developed in a previous life and a subtle memory persists. And that does happen, because if we within this lifetime need to bring with us strengths and wisdom from a previous lifetime, then we do, or those kind of skills and we do bring them into this lifetime in order for us to be equipped to be able to deal with this lifetime. So if the awareness of soul is maintained, living in the physical world can be joyous. However, members of Echankar aspire to spiritual freedom, and we all do. So, that's just a claim that this religious sect is making, but it is something that we all do. This means they may choose to reincarnate, but are not compelled to do so, and that's very true. The guides don't push us to, or the Lords of Karma don't push us to reincarnate. It is our decision when, as a soul, we decide when we're ready to come back down to the earth and to continue living in, the school of the earth plane. So reincarnation is a widely held belief. This is true. Reincarnation is a widely held belief. Hundreds of millions of people, including most Hindus and Buddhists, believe that soul inhabits many bodies over the course of time. Ecists believe that soul enters the body at or around the time of birth, which is something that I've always believed as well. But I think, well, obviously it does, at the time of birth, but has already started to familiarize itself with that physical infant as it is growing within the mother's womb as well. Without the entrance of soul, the body could not survive, and we know that, okay? Soul is always moving forward. It is never punished. Just think about it. It is never punished, okay? And that's what I've been telling, everybody who comes to see me all the time. That's what I tell people all the time, that there's nothing that you do that you will be punished for. And the reason is because when you go back into spirit again, you are the one who has to take responsibility and accountability for the things that you have done in this lifetime. And so you sit and you look at your own life, and yes, you are helped by your guides, and you are helped by the lords of karma and the angels who come around you, and they give you that unconditional love and support in order for you to understand where you did perhaps go wrong, and how you would be able to better it if you had to come back down to the earth again, okay? So soul must simply obey the law of karma and will eventually learn from its experience. It is rare for an individual who has attained the human state of consciousness to be reborn as an animal. Now, I honestly think that just never ever happens, because animals live within different soul groups to us as well. And in terms of our soul's growth and development, our energy is for us to, and our destiny, if that's what you want to call it as well, is to reincarnate as human beings. It's not to reincarnate as animal souls, okay? So there I disagree with them, okay? Most of us have lived before. Soul reincarnates on the physical plane again and again until it graduates from the school of physical life. By choosing different bodies and different life experiences, soul learns to view life from all sides, living as male or female, as black or white, as rich or poor. For example, soul tests and purifies itself. And that's really true. That's very, very true, okay? So, you will come back as very much different nationalities in different countries, and all of that is as a result of what it is that you have chosen to come and learn in this lifetime. So, you may come back as, you may have lived as a white person this time, and you may come back as an Indian, you may come back as a black person, you may come back as an Aboriginal person living in Australia. It's just dependent on, as I say, what it is that you've chosen that you want to learn in this lifetime, and the circumstance that will best facilitate you to be able to do that, okay? And we have to experience all of that, because if we don't, we don't understand then what the human existence is all about. And understanding what the human existence is all about is what is purifying us as our souls and helping us to grow and to develop, okay? There's a reason for the veil separating us from our past. If we remember all of our previous lives, the confusion would be overwhelming. To survive on this earth, we must be able to focus on our current identity and deal with day-to-day events. Divine Spirit protects us from confusion by pulling the veil over our memory when we are reborn. And that is true. And it is true for me to a point, okay? And I've at the risk of repeating myself, yes, we have to focus on this lifetime. I am fully in agreement with that. And we need to find ways to manage our life the way our lives are currently within this lifetime. However, with Kevin coming into my space, and what he has been teaching me as well, is that he is saying, and I fully agree with him, is that it is really important as well that you have access to your previous memories, not for them to be a hindrance to you moving forward, not for you to be focusing on and forgetting about focusing on this lifetime because you become so obsessed and focused with something in a previous lifetime, but to understand the level of learning and the level of understanding that you have as a spirit being within this lifetime in order to give you the strength to manage this lifetime. Then, knowing what previous lives were, what you did, what it was that you experienced, and perhaps understand that some of those experiences may be repeating themselves again because you never managed to achieve it in the previous lifetime, and you have set yourself up within this lifetime in a much from a much stronger viewpoint to be able to overcome and to be able to learn it in this lifetime. Okay, so for me, that is why it is really important in some instances that you know your previous lifetimes. Okay, and you know, it can be fun as well to go back and have a look and see what the previous lifetimes were, and let them show you a couple of other existences through meditation. And it's cool if you can say, oh, I was a little shepherd boy, and I lived out on a plain somewhere, and I looked after all these little sheep, and that was my life, and so that's cool to know, because it's not something that you're going to allow to affect you in any kind of way within this lifetime that will hold you back. Okay, so just be a little bit cautious about wanting to explore previous lifetimes, why it is that you need to do it. Okay, and for me, it's definitely where it is something that is really, really specific that you are really struggling with, and in order to know where you've come from and what it is that you've already experienced, so that you can be more soft and more gentle with yourself, understand yourself better, and move forward in this lifetime. But then you need to know how to separate as well. So you can find out all of that information. You can see how you can apply the knowledge and the wisdom that you've already accumulated into this lifetime, and then it's letting go of that has already happened in order to focus on what you came into this lifetime to focus on. So I hope it makes sense to everyone, and I'm going to leave that there. And yes, thank you very much for me to be able to just read that piece out of this little book for you, and perhaps another day we'll come back and we'll have a look at something else in it, and I can share that with you as well. So for now, I wish you all a good day, and if I can ask everybody, please to go and click on the link at the bottom of the screen where it says pay into my Patreon account, and make a donation into my Patreon account, because that way I really will be able to continue to keep bringing these videos to you, and to keep sharing the guide's knowledge with you and my passion with you. So take care, until next time, bye bye.